You just got to call him El Capitan.
Capitan. That's great.
This is the Sports Timeout Podcast with Jensen Maydew, Tony Caranco, and your host, Wes Underwood.
And welcome to the Sports Timeout Podcast brought to you by Jeffersons. Free Fried Pickle Fridays. Be sure to head over for all this season's MLB Prime games that are being broadcast on FanDuel, Yankee Sports Network, whatever the entity is. There's not just one, but be sure to get over there and hang out with Billy and his crew this weekend. Get some wings, grab a drink, and celebrate with your friends the rest of this April. And man, May's coming quick. It's crazy. Baseball season just in the middle of it all. And yeah, got a clear picture of who the front runners and what divisions are going to be tight. And yeah, go catch that there at Jeffersons. And then while you're at it, go check out Robert's Integrative Dentistry throughout the week. If you're looking for that brighter, straighter smile, go check them out in Joplin if you're looking for that. And or if you just want to look fresh, go check them out. Blake and his wife run a good shop over there. They got a great crew going, and looking forward to my appointment next month as well. And then, yeah, well, schedule that appointment today at 417-622-0404. And last but not least, don't forget to go check out TeeTime in Webb City. Be sure to reserve your spot to play some golf or pickleball. Yeah, get out there and play some pickleball. Starting soon is happy hour, 2 to 6 p.m., Monday through Friday. Get $2 off your drafts and specialty drinks. They also have tournaments coming soon. Pay attention for that. I know we've been pubbing that for a little bit, but it's coming. It's coming. And also don't forget about getting that, iced coffee if those don't intrigue you, because I'm a fan of the iced coffee over there. The espresso, whatever they got going in, delicious. And get that German chocolate if you're in the mood. Porch season, patio season's opening up, so they're going to have some cornhole tournaments probably starting. Yeah. So, all that coming up. And, well, Wes Underwood, Clint out this week, Tony and Jensen still out. Sam joining us a little bit later with Moser. Might be bringing in Domi. Yeah. Talk some soccer. And, well, before we get these things going and jump in here, make sure to hit that subscribe and follow button on YouTube. And, well, all right. First things first, NFL draft last night. Cam Ward, number 1 quarterback from Miami. Travis Hunter going number 2, kind of a shocker. A lot of people thought Travis Hunter would go number 1, but top 5 for sure. Number 3, Carter, getting things going off the edge from Penn State, going to the Giants. Okay. Campbell, offensive tackle, LSU, going to the Patriots, building that line there, getting some trust going for the quarterback, whoever that may be. Graham, defensive tackle from Michigan, going at number 5, and that's where we're going to stick. I might even point out number 6, Jonty, going to the Raiders, and Boise State there is where he's coming from. And I mean, Jags trade up to get the number 2 pick, get Hunter. Okay. So Cleveland falls back to number 5. Raiders get Jonty with Carroll being the coach. He likes his big backs and he likes the fast guys. Marshawn Lynch, probably going to be a mentor to this young man. Josh Jacobs out that door. Mo starts there and some others. White and, well, they've got a pretty crowded, in my opinion, running back room right now. And we know Pete Carroll loves his running backs. He's been able to do well at getting them, having them be successful, having them produce, and having them succeed. And I'm super excited, even though I'm not a Raiders fan. I'm super excited for Jonty, and I'm ready to see what he's capable of. I feel like the Chiefs would have picked him up if he was still on the table, to complement Isaiah Pacheco and Kareem Hunt, who re-signed. And, well, we'll see. We'll see. Ward going number 1 overall, though, doesn't surprise me that he goes to the Titans. Titans looking for that quarterback. You saw the night, or well, yeah, a couple nights ago that Tyler Lockett ends up getting signed there. Tyler Lockett, I thought honestly was going to go to the Raiders, that Pete Carroll connection, but it didn't happen, and he ended up with the Titans. And now Ward has a big weapon there, in my opinion. Lockett's still got a lot left in his tank, I feel like. Um, Played pretty well with Geno Smith. Didn't get much because of, well, DK Metcalf and others that were thrown in up there. And did his thing. Did his thing. Titans got Lockett, though, on the eve of the draft, which was phenomenal. I thought that was a good pickup. I hear the Chiefs are eyeballing him too, because he has that connection. Kevin Lockett, his dad grew up in the area. They grew up in the area and all that stuff. So I grew up in Kansas City hearing about Kevin Lockett all the time. So I thought Tyler Lockett would have, come back home and just stayed there. But he had other plans and he's going to the division rival. And we'll see. We'll see. Well, not a division rival, but, AFC rival. But really, the only ones that stuck out were Jonte and Ward for me. Travis Hunter, good job, Jacksonville. You've had a lot of talent come through down there. You haven't been able to capitalize on that. What are you going to do with Travis Hunter? You moved up in the draft from number 5 to 2. You get a guy who's potentially really going to be good at both ways. What are you going to do there? Like, I can't imagine him not playing both sides of the ball, obviously. That's what he wanted. Either he's going to be traded, he's going to get hurt because they won't utilize him correctly, just like everybody else who's been there. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this one. I like Travis Hunter. I think he's got a lot of potential. Does he fit that organization? In the words of their coach, Duval. Yeah, I don't know. Travis Hunter, though. Okay. Okay. I do like the Patriots picking up Campbell, offensive tackle. It's going to be good for them. We'll see where Vrabel gets that team going. Another defensive tackle brought in to kind of complement Myles Garrett there in Cleveland. They've got a phenomenal defense. We all know that. The offensive struggles, though. Why go defense when you need offense? So, lots going on. Lots going on. That's my thoughts on the top 6. I'm real excited to see Jonte, even though he's not with the Chiefs. But, we'll move on. We'll move on. Going into the NBA, and we talk playoffs, tonight's matchups. Friday night basketball. Okay, playoff basketball. You got Boston at Orlando, 6 p.m. Excuse me. Trying to get over this sinus infection that I got this week. Can't seem to catch a break this week. Lots happened this week. But anyway, Boston at Orlando, Indiana at Milwaukee, Los Angeles at Minnesota. And, it's not really the games that are sticking out to me. It's kind of embarrassing. Oklahoma City at Memphis yesterday. Oklahoma City up 2-0 in that one going in, and ticket prices were at $14. That is a steal. Even if you're sitting up top for a playoff game, $14, that's a steal. But yeah, moving on. Matchups tonight. Excuse me. Lowest tickets, $60. Okay. Lowest tickets are $60. That's for Indiana at Milwaukee. Boston and Orlando, $122, the lowest ticket price. And then Los Angeles at Minnesota, 169 on their lowest price. But Boston, Orlando, Boston's up 2-0. I think they honestly sweep the series. Could be wrong. Hope not. But Indiana, 2-0 going into Milwaukee. We talked Milwaukee last week, Clint and I did, and I still think Milwaukee could pull this out. I like Milwaukee at home. I mean, 3 games, or this will be game 3, down 2-0, 123 to 115. Or the last matchup, a little bit closer. And then Indiana, the first night, just completely dominated, 117 to 98. And I like it. I like the matchup. But if Milwaukee does end up losing this one, which I hope they don't, oh man, I think Indiana is going to win out the series. Eat my words a little bit, but Minnesota and LA tied up at 1. I'm not surprised. Neither should you. And they're going back to Minnesota. And the Lakers, they won 117 to 95 in the first meeting and then got routed 94 to 85. 9 points I call a rout, especially when you say the GOAT is on the team. Okay? You have the GOAT on the team and you lose by 9 in the playoffs. And that team has so much potential. And then they picked up Luka, got rid of Anthony Davis, and it just goes on and on and on. And the team still struggles. 22 years of LeBron. And man, that GOAT status, he should just retire. That GOAT status is going to keep going down. He's not a GOAT for a Laker. He just set records with the Lakers because he's been in the league so long. And I get that other guys have done the same thing, but they still played at high power throughout the year. And let's see if we can break it down a little bit. Look up Luka Doncic here. Leading scorer, 11 for 11 at the free throw line in that game. Let's go look at LeBron, though. Okay. Look. 24 points throughout the season, not horrible. Okay. But you're dwindling. You're barely playing games. That's why you have the high point percentage. I think if he would have played more this season, his point production would not be that high. He would not be 13th in the league. And at that, he used to be number 1 in the league. But dude's playing hurt. You know he is. There's a lot going on. And okay. Bronny's not even, didn't even get to play. So, you know it's dad's at this point. Markieff Morris still not playing. Crazy. Austin Reeves. How many did he put up? 16. For them to be successful, Austin Reeves has to put up more than 20 in a game. Okay? More than 20 in a game. All right? It's crazy. It's crazy. Another thing that's crazy, and we'll head on over to the MLB, because I'm kind of tired of the NBA right now. I'll be more excited once we get to the finals. But now we go into the MLB and we talk Royals woes again. And Cole Reagans exits after 3 innings with a groin issue. Undergo testing on the left groin after the left-hander was forced to leave Thursday's start against the Rockies. Just 3 innings in 62 pitches. Reagans had allowed 4 runs on 3 hits, 2 of them homers, and 2 walks before Zerpa replaced him for the 4th inning of a 7-3 victory over the Rockies, and Matt Quattraro said Reagan's had trouble getting loose before the game, and his groin began to bother him as the innings went on. As he was sitting there between innings, between the third and fourth, it tightened him up on him, and yeah, had some command issues with that. Didn't want to talk to him yet, but I would assume, if he's not comfortable pushing off, then yeah, things are going to get sloppy. 11-9 last year with a 3.14 ERA, led the league in strikeouts, and currently is 1-1 this year with a 4.4 ERA. I think if Reagans gets healthy, he'll be back to form. His ERA is not much off, and catching the struggle now and getting him rested up will be good. Do the Royals really have depth at pitcher right now? No. And it really kind of stinks because the bullpen is starting to find themselves and playing much better than they were in the first couple weeks. But now your starters, after going a long haul last year, are kind of dwindling down because most of these guys are old. And Cole Reagan's not terribly old, 27, but in pitching terms, I mean, you've been pitching your whole life. It's going to start catching up to you by the time you hit 30 almost. Okay? 27 for Cole Reagan's. I mean, you got Zerpa in there who's 25, but he's only pitching maybe 1-2 innings a game. Reagan's, they're expecting to go probably about 100 a game on pitches and probably 5-6 innings as a starter. And yeah, I don't know. 2 wins for the Royals, though, yesterday as they beat the Rockies 7-4 after the rain delay, and the night before, and then 6-2 in game 2. Lorenzen looked good. I'll give it to Lorenzen. I mean, Rockies have lost 20, but this is a good series for you to come back on. This is a good series to get your team's motivation back up, get everyone's morale back around. Mark Canha trying to do his thing. I like what he's doing. I hope that he can do well. Got robbed of a couple. Had some nice slap hits that just were caught in the moment by the other team in the Rockies there. And I don't know. But the Royals need to figure something out. It's early in the season. They're going to have to find someone from AAA or AA that needs to come up and pitch, or they're going to need to make some moves early. Canha was early in the season, but I feel like they've got enough hitters. They just need these guys to get their morale back up and be able to get around. It's not far away in the Central for the Royals right now. 3.5 back. 3.5 back. And they have a lot of potential. Again, American League is up for grabs for sure. The Royals being 3.5 back of the Tigers. Baltimore's just 4.5 back, and they're at the bottom of the East. The Yankees and Boston and Toronto keep flirting around with first place. And the Tigers have been in first for a few days. Guardians coming back around for the Royals division, the Central. And the Royals have kind of just sat in third place in the Central. If the Royals can be a few games above 500 by the All-Star break, I bet they make a run again. But if they fall a few games behind 500, I don't know what their odds are. It's going to be tough to watch. Another thing in the AL, the West, 3 games separates last from first. A's, Angels, Astros, Mariners, and Rangers. I still think it comes down to the Rangers, Mariners, and Astros. Maybe Los Angeles. We'll see. Depending on if Trout stays healthy. I mean, losing Ohtani was huge. But I think they were able to bring in some extra pitching and get some things going. I think they look better. And then, yeah, National League, Rockies are down 12.5. They're not gonna, I don't have any confidence in the Rockies making it. Prove me wrong, Colorado, but don't think so. 5.5 in the Central in the National League for the Cardinals. They're in last there, who have been in first at one point this season. So 25 games in, 162 game season, obviously. So, but long way to go. Long way to go. But I like the Mets right now. They got that five game lead in first. Be watching the Phillies though. Okay. Be watching the Phillies and probably the Marlins. One of those three teams get hot, they're the ones winning the division. So, all right. Get a chance to catch up with Sam here in a little bit and Domi. Check it out. And yeah, well, now we're in the Footy Forum, and that's brought to you by the Corner Kick. And we guys, welcome into that. We just kind of came up with it last week, and hope you like it. But yeah, Corner Kick and Neosho. Sam, anything going on down there?
Let's see what's going on new. We've got some sales going on. Some of our elite boots have gone down in price and stuff. It's a good time to come pick up cleats at the store. Getting ready to starting in May. All of our authentic kits, except for international kits and MLS kits, will be 30% off. So pick them up with a big discount. Grab the crest of your favorite club.
Sounds good. All right. Well, we'll get back to it. Bring in Sam, Luden, and this week we bring in Domi. How are you guys?
Good. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem. Glad to have you all in. And well, last week we kind of talked about the point getting earned and then Luden's incredible second half along with that back line. And we touched on you there, Dummy. And now we'll kind of speak to you, the man yourself. And I mean, what was that moment like for you to get that lone goal, that just an extra time there?
It was just first half I was playing more of a center attack and mid roll. So I was having not to go up as much as I'm used to playing up top. So I had to fill in the shoes of some others of starters and stuff like that. So I was playing out of position a little bit. But once I got switched second half and that I was just feeling it. I knew that all along that it was coming at some point. You know, you had to stay cool, calm, collected, and all I needed was one chance. That one chance, and I took the advantage of that. And I saw on my right shoulder that the defender wasn't playing as tight as he was throughout the whole game, and we had been going at it pretty much the whole game, chatting back and forth. The usual soccer stuff in the field. So
Yeah.
He wasn't as close as I thought he was. So I turned him around, and there was, I think, 2 or 3 other defenders. And I was like, well, I might try to do some trickery here and there. And they gave me that little gap. It was probably, I don't know, a foot, 2 foot. And
Yeah.
I saw the shot and I took it.
And celebration there? What was your celly?
I was trying to go for uh, this dance that I have been, in the back of my head trying to go for it. And Lou jumped in my back, so he got a little part of it too as well. But, here and there, I try to do something different to give the fans what they want,
And all right, giving the fans what they want. Now, on the field, you got a nickname going, and we heard that it is the Hulk.
Yeah.
How does the Hulk dance?
It just started out of nowhere. Before that, when I played with the mice and stuff like that, I was throughout my whole life I was pretty like skinny and stuff like that, and then I had an injury, so I had to put on some muscle and stuff like that. Ever since then, um, obviously I have pretty good size mass on me, so that's how I was able to get the nickname the Hulk. So
As
and
Coach
it's
Speck
stuck
says,
throughout.
you don't miss leg day.
Oh, I do not. Leg day is probably one of my favorite days, honestly. And you just gotta. That's what we use our legs throughout. Pretty much everything. So gotta keep them strong and healthy.
Sam, you got to get in and do leg day then.
Yeah, I'm more was always more of an agile player on my feet. I saw a guy like Domi and I just made sure I got to the ball first.
Yeah. All right. Well, on that,
Yeah.
huh?
No, what Domi touched on there, like I love Domi, what you had to say there. There's Coach Rob often says that you can tell there's A game players and B game players. There's players that when the lights come on, they're deer in the headlights.
Yeah.
And there's players when the lights come on, that's when they click on. And what Domi's talking about there is being a player that's full of confidence in his abilities and knowing that, all he needs is one chance and believing in himself to just get that shot off. Not only does he just know if he gets that shot off, he can score, but
Yeah.
that's on his weaker foot. I mean, you know what I
For
mean?
sure.
For Domi to do that L turn with his right foot to his left foot, just looking for that space. It was a hell of a rip. We're happy to have him with us.
Indeed. Indeed. Looking forward to this Sunday. And before we get to that and talk on that, talk about the bye again and player aspect, coach aspect. What did your all's bye look like this week?
It's been nice. It's nice to catch a break and kind of regroup, focus and work on some things that we want to get better at. And then and grow on the things that we're good at, and become great at them. That's the goal. Took some time to rest and recover, but we're all eyes on Little Rock, and we're excited about the match this Sunday. We're excited about the environment that the home crowd's been bringing has been huge.
Yeah.
Last game when Domi put that ball in the back of the net, that place erupted, and that's something that the players live and breathe off of. It's
Yeah.
an awesome thing to have that 12th man. So I'll pass to Lou to give you a rundown on what the week's been like with the bye.
Yeah.
No, again, yeah, it's been great. Just a little bit of focus. I mean, as a bye, you just get to watch teams that are playing, get to observe. Especially we know what Little Rock will bring. Watch film and observe, and we're gonna play our game and use our home field advantage, protect it. We have to get 3 points. I think it's pivotal now.
Yeah.
In fifth game, halfway through the season of regular season. This is it's 3 points is gonna. I mean, this is huge. We're tied for first. And this is just going to keep us pushing there where we want to be. We want to be in a playoff spot, but I mean, we're in this where we can potentially win a regular season championship. So we want to keep competing. And yeah, it's been great. We got fresh legs, a lot of positive mindsets. We're going into this game, with the winning mindset. And again, we're going to play to our advantages. We know what to expect. Me from goalkeeper, I know what they're going to bring in the set pieces and what their what the regimen is and all of this. But I mean, with the team, with our 20 that we've selected from the coaches sent out the roster, we're going to be we're there like Domi said, given everything for the badge, for the Comets FC, for the fans. And yeah, we can't do this without the fans. I think there will be a big showing.
Yeah.
And so we gotta be able to give them, and hopefully we score more than one, and get this
Yeah.
going. I mean, once we score, I hope that, and in every game, I knew that Wolves game was going to be difficult. But I had to make a couple saves where I knew that I had to keep this team in it because I knew we were going to get one. I've played with Domi several years, and I know what he's made out of. And I knew, hey, he gets one, we're gonna get it in. And it could have been Domi, it could have been Quinn, it could have been Dez, any of the front guys, it could have been any other guys coming off from the bench. But I knew we were gonna get one. It just I was once a time when you're losing one at home, the time just goes so fast. So I was just praying back there, hey, we're gonna get one, we're gonna get one. And it was I apologize to Domi because I ruined his celebration, but I mean,
That's so
with the energy
good.
from the back, I mean, I was
Yeah.
coming because I knew, and honestly, if there was maybe 2 minutes, 3 more minutes on that game, we would have put another one in. Just the whole momentum switched. And once that broke through, I know what this team is made of. So we're excited about the game on Sunday, and we know we're gonna have a big crowd, and we're gonna perform, and we're gonna give them what they deserve.
Fair enough. Anything else to add, Domi?
Just like he was Lewis saying, it's just uh, um, even though we were losing 1-0, just gotta believe. You gotta keep believing until 90 minutes. Maybe they add a little more, and you just gotta stay in it, stay focused, locked in. You never know. You might have a tap in, whatever it may be, your head, knee, whatever it may be. You just gotta be there and stay in it throughout the whole 90, and not give up until the ref blows the last whistle. And like I said, I knew either whoever it was, I knew it was coming just because how we had them pinned in their half for the second half. And like Lou said, if we had probably at least 3 or 4 more minutes, we could have probably at least got one more. And like Lou said, I mean, we've both been playing this game for a long, long, long time, and we know that we just got to give it everything we have, no matter if you're starting or not starting. You come in or from the bench, you got to keep the same momentum, the same intensity, even up it a little more. So it was a good game, and overall, the crowd helps a lot too,
Yeah.
just because they're pushing you and stuff like that. So
Awesome. And now we move into the injury front. Sam, any injuries we should be aware of or players coming back that we should be aware of?
No, on the injury front, we're looking good. I think we're looking healthy.
Good.
I think it's an interesting thing listening to Lou and Domi chime in over with what they just said. Last match was one Coach Rob and I have revisited several times. We've chatted a lot about it over the last week and a half about we felt like that was a game after you watch the video back. That's a game we should have had 3 points. We could have taken the lead early and it would have changed everything. But I think that it's an interesting thing from a coach's perspective. I think we actually grew last game because we were missing two key starters in Hunter and Henry, and that would have changed that game dramatically. But what it did was it showed the depth that we have and the character of the boys of the team to come back and fight and get the result. And I think in doing that, it builds a tighter bond throughout the group. And like with what Domi said, Daniel came in and made an instant impact. Caton came in and made an instant impact. Several of the guys, and that's happened throughout the season, whether it be 3 minutes or 5 minutes or 1 minute or 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Guys coming off the bench are making a difference, and the more that happens, and the guys are itching and waiting for that opportunity, and then take that opportunity, it just builds more trust. To Domi going and putting in a 60-minute, 70-minute, 80-minute shift, or Quinn doing a full 90, or Des putting in 60 or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
When they sub out, they know the guy that's going in for them is going in to finish the job. And I think it shows the character of the Comets right now.
Awesome. All right. Now we talk opponent. Y'all return home for your third home game of the season. Can't believe it's already there. And y'all get to host, as you mentioned, Little Rock Rangers. What can we expect from you guys? And then what do you guys want to see from the fans this go around? I feel like it got more intense at the last match that we kind of talked about there, but do you think they can intensify it more?
Yeah, I think the atmosphere is going to be electric. This week we've got CJFC is coming out to walk out with the teams. CJ is a big soccer community. They're a big part of our footy family, and we're excited. We've encouraged people to bring out the noisemakers, so we're hoping that the crowd will be loud for us and get after it. I think that this game is going to be watching film on the Rangers and then seeing how we're performing right now. both the teams are going to be disciplined. It's going to be a good match. And I think once the dam breaks, either way, with the first goal, I think there will be more than one once the dam breaks.
Okay. Fair enough. Anything else to add, guys?
Oh yeah, I think we're going to be disciplined defensively. It's those key moments where we have to, we grew a lot from the last game, and it's finally, like I told the boys, I would love to keep getting clean sheets and keep as many goals away, and like, but we're going to concede, and the way we grow is from overcoming adversity and learning from our mistakes. So I think, we're, like I said, we're gonna play our style of play. We're gonna go after them. I do think, for the fans, we love when they're loud and cheering. And that's what we have going for us at home. We got to protect our house, and I think, like Coach Speck was saying, I think there'll be a lot of goals this game. Both teams can score, and so if we can get that first one, I think that will help get the crowd, going at another level. Just like our game when we played Side FC, we scored early and the crowd was pumping the whole game. So that's what we need going forward. The energy, and I believe in this team. It's an honor for me to be the captain, but I always ask for them. Everyone's a leader on this team, and everyone's a voice, and so we're going to be united and give it everything we got. So
Appreciate you guys coming on, and good luck this Sunday, and looking forward to being out there and watching another match.
Thanks so much, Wes, for having us on.
Yeah, no problem.
thank you, Wes.
Appreciate it.
Take care.
Looking forward to seeing you there. Okay,
Yeah.
I have a gift
Yes,
for you
sir.
too.
Okay. Sounds good.
See you, sir.
guys.
Appreciate it.
Take care.
See ya.
All right. Now we continue footy talk. And, well, we'll go sporting first. Got a little interview after this, and then we'll talk current as well. But, all right. You and I were chatting back and forth after
Yeah.
this big 5-3 win, and I'm driving home listening to it, and I'm just like, I can't get my hopes up because we went up 3-0, and
It's
then
horrible, right?
them 4, and then it ends up they come back and get 3, and I'm just like, oh, where's this gonna go? And then Tommy in the 85th gives us the 5th. So it was 2, sorry, and then Tommy gives us the 5th, and I'm just like, okay, all right. And Dembe, Shalloway with 2, Garcia with 1, Tommy in the 85th, and then Martinez, and I believe Ragno. Yeah, he had 2 in that. Yeah, 2 in that game, 42nd and 90th, plus 4. And I mean, just watching that and how they were able to close it out was impressive. And for Tommy to come in and be able to get that and get the seal the deal, basically, because, I mean, in the 90th, they still had plenty of time. 4 minutes of penalty time on that. I think it was 8 total. And for them to hold it together and not concede and just be able to allow that one and win by 2 showed a lot. And hopefully now that they're not in last place, they can build confidence on that and move forward. And I really hope that's the case. But your thoughts on that match after?
Yeah, I think that what's great about it is that the boys have found their shooting boots. And
Yeah.
so we're putting the ball in the back of the net, and that's good. That breeds confidence. That's a good thing for a team to have to move forward. Obviously, still not disciplined enough in the back and shaky. It's not good when you're up 3-0 at half and waiting for the other shoe to drop. I was watching the Manchester United Europa League quarterfinal game the other day. We were up 2-0, and I thought, all right, well, we'll see how this goes, because that's just how these things are right now. That's down to discipline and habits. You've got to protect your goal. Everything should start from the back forward always. If you can create a fortress in the back, then you'll find success up front.
Yeah.
And I think Sporting grew in this game, like you were saying, in that once they get that final goal, they kind of football's such a momentum game,
Yeah.
and that's why when you saw them concede the first one, then they concede another, and the momentum's all on the other side of the pitch.
Yeah.
But once we scored again, it came back to us, and then they took a breath, calmed down, got back to the basics, and took care of the ball and managed the clock.
Which they really haven't gotten a lot of chances to do this year. It's just been, oh,
Yeah,
shoot, we can't catch our breath. And
yeah, you got to be ahead first.
yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it. And
Yeah,
how
it would have been a
St.
great
Louis is
game to
still
have
in
been
front of
at.
us, I don't know. Huh?
It would have been a great game to be at.
I know. I know.
Yeah,
Would have been great if it was at Children's Mercy, too.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited for it. And hopefully that is that momentum boost that they need. And hopefully the captain can step up and continue to do what he needs to do. So, but good for them. I'm excited to see where it goes. This week's matchup should be fun. So, but on that note, more footy talk. We get to bring in a special guest this week in Bay FC forward KiKi Pickett. Used to play for the Kansas City Current in her first year. Take a look at what she had to say. And we bring in Bay FC defender KiKi Pickett. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Well, I don't know if you guys have talked much with Jeff Husted, your PR guy there, but or relations media, same thing, pretty much, right? But I don't know if you guys have talked with him and KiKi. I know you've been there, but Kansas City this time of year, not great with weather,
Mm-hmm.
but got a lot of that going on. Other than that, it's good.
Okay, that's good.
Yep.
Hopefully you're staying busy at least.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And well, kind of give you a little background here of you jumping into the league 5 years ago, made your debut in Kansas City. Then you end up on the Courage for a couple seasons,
Mm-hmm.
and then that next offseason you sign with a brand new expansion team in Bay FC on a 2-year contract. All that being said, what kind of helped lead you to that signing to Bay FC last year?
I think one, it's closer to home. Two, I think I just wanted a fresh start. I learned a lot in North Carolina Courage, on and off the field, who I am as a player. I went through a lot of struggles with family hospitalizations and friend passing away. So I learned a lot about myself and what kind of passion I really had for the game because I did question it for a while, and I think I just needed a fresh start and to find the love again.
Gotcha. And now, kind of speaking on last season, that's a lot to unravel right there, just in what you just said. But as a team, kind of, you guys open up, you get the inaugural campaign, you talk fresh start, fresh indeed for sure. And 4 games in, though, you all were 2-2. Things look good. And then in Kansas City, you guys lose Loera, who
Mhm.
played really well up until that point last season. And then you all end up down a midfielder and a keeper and Louder, who was down in preseason.
Yeah.
But what was the team's mindset after that match, and where were you guys at there?
Um, like you said, it was a fresh start. I think most of us were just trying to get our feet under us and figuring out how to play with each other, what system we're gonna play. Yeah, we had like a pretty rocky start, and we were just trying to put the pieces together to make that the right puzzle piece. It was unfortunate that Alex went down, and you kind of felt that morale and kind of how we played in the next couple games. Like there was a hole in our midfield, and I was lucky enough to get the opportunity to step into that role and kind of like build my repertoire and confidence within that position. So, yeah,
It's
hopefully.
awesome. And you all end up making the postseason as the 7th seed in that first season there. And what did that experience of playing in the postseason teach you, or kind of the team as a whole?
Yeah. I think it gave us hope and the possibility that even though we didn't have a lot of background, we came from scratch, we were still able to make it to that playoff push and realizing that is a definite possibility again this year with how we're building. So it gave us the opportunity to see our goals and being able to obtain, what everyone else is trying to get to and not just lower our standards. We actually raised them this year.
It's awesome. And well, we go ahead and talk this year. As you mentioned, you all finished there as the 7 seed and kind of building on that right now. Currently, the 8 seed position. And you guys are coming off that 1-0 win over your former team in the Courage. Has the team's dynamic or focus shifted at all since this break that you guys had the week prior?
Yeah, I would say from the Chicago game, it felt like a slap in the face. I don't know if weren't ready, weren't tactically ready, but I think we just turned the switch. We were like, this is not going to happen to us again. And it's very hard to get points away and not, especially at the Courage. That is a definite hard team to play against.
Yeah.
But we just showed edge and like grit and realized like we'll take those ugly wins.
And I mean, you end up scoring in that game. In fact, the lone goal on a banger off the top corner. That's your second goal on the season now, or well, third actually. Sorry. What helped you be able to find the back of the net as of late?
Um, I think just confidence in my ability to take those shots and not hesitating. I think I look back at the goals and I'm just taking the first touch and just hitting it right away, or it bounces right in front of me and I just smack it. So just being able to be confident enough just to take the shot.
It's awesome. All right, you all return back to action this Saturday against Seattle. This is a team that plays a full 90 on both sides of the ball, and as they have kind of been in every game, well, really have been in every game this season as well. What can we expect to see in this matchup coming up?
Yeah, I would say it's going to be a good game. They have amazing forward potential that's going to kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Make us be like more aware of the defensive back line and being able to see that presence because they do like to overload that side of the field. But I expect like back and forth, being able to play off of the transition, and it's going to be a pretty defensive-minded game, and defense wins championships. So if we get that settled down, all we need to do is just take advantage of our chances.
And kind of adding one in here, do you guys in the league as a whole, because I assume you talk back and forth on each other and at each other actually, defensive battles, do you guys enjoy that?
I do, especially since I do have my defensive background as being an outside back. I don't even know how many years before this. So I do have a more of a defensive mind. So that's where my priority comes in. But as I'm learning and progressing into this position, I'm trying to be more of an attacking threat as well.
It's awesome. It's awesome. All right. Last few for you. This will kind of be a fun one. Have a would you rather soccer edition for you if you're up for playing.
Okay, let's see.
All right. Would you rather score a bicycle kick in the 90th minute to win the championship or nutmeg your biggest rival 3 times in one game?
Oh, no, bicycle.
Okay.
We don't really have rivals here.
All right. Then would you rather have the loudest, most supportive fans in the world or play in a completely silent stadium and hear every pass perfectly?
Oh, see that like hearing every pass perfectly sounds so good. But we hear that during training, so that's okay. I'd rather have the loudest fans.
Okay. All right. Would you rather have super speed for 10 minutes of a game or the ability to read your opponent's mind for 5 minutes?
Probably read the opponent's mind, because just for that split second could lead to making the right defensive player, scoring the right goal. I feel like I have super speed. I might like die down and like while I'm making the run.
I mean, you really have potential for 5 goals in that 5 minutes too.
Exactly.
So, but yeah, okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Would you rather celebrate a goal with a perfectly choreographed team dance or spontaneous, slightly awkward solo jig?
Oh. Hmm. That's a good question. I'd like to have my teammates involved. With the first goal I scored with Utah, right after celebrating with the whole team, I went to go run to the sidelines, and celebrate with them. So if we can do a choreographed team dance, that'd be awesome.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Would you rather have a lifetime supply of your favorite sports drink or never have to do fitness drills again?
Oh, will I lose my fitness?
Hmm.
See, that's the
That
question.
is a good question, and that's kind of where they left off here because I got this one for sure. The rest of them I've come up with. This one I got from a buddy. So, um,
I'll stay just in case the consequences of losing my fitness and all of that. I'll stay with the sports drinks because also sometimes during fitness testing, you die off, but you feel more alive when it's over.
true, true. Okay, well done, well done. And then last one here. Would you rather have a legendary commentator always narrating your every move on the field, or have your team's funny inside jokes broadcast over the stadium speakers?
Oh, we'll have the commentators narrate everything I do.
All right, fair enough. Well, thanks for playing that one, and thanks for joining us, taking the time out of your week, and good luck this weekend.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, take care. Great stuff out of her. A lot of stuff I didn't know about, and crazy to hear that kind of she had to go through some suffering to get to where she is now, but she's happy where she's at, and some unfortunate situations, but glad to see she's being successful, and this year, 2 goals on the year, and a lot as of late, so it's awesome. But next up, we go ahead and talk the Kansas City Current, the queens of the NWSL currently, and they returned home from international bye last week as they looked to remain unbeaten, and they took on the Dash. As expected, first 11 minutes were pretty uneventful, but just as the 12th minute hit, things started to get a little more chippy, and a few more whistles later, the Current were able to get into the box as Bia would draw the contact and set up a PK for Labonta, and Labonta would then just score and grab her 12th PK goal in the 21st minute of play, which tied her with Kim Little and now sits at third all time behind Ashley Hatch, who has 13, Marta with 13, and they're tied for second, and then Rapino with 14 at number one. And yeah, the rest of the half, though, would kind of go back and forth. That was the excitement there. Then the second half started off with a bang. I mean, things kind of settled down for a little bit after that, but it was going back and forth. A lot of action. Some yellow cards broke out. 58th minute, when the Current would begin pressuring the Dash even more, and then they broke into the backfield, and Sheenan would grab a yellow, and then Dabinia would take the free kick. She'd miss it, and then the Current would earn a corner. Wheeler tried to get it in, and it was saved. Not much happening there, but then a couple seconds later, minutes actually, but felt like seconds when I was there. A couple seconds later in the 60th minute, and then in the 61st minute, the Current would earn another corner after that and be successful as Sharples was able to place it right in the right place at the right time and just used the header, kissed it in basically. And that was pretty much back and forth game after that. But I'm really excited where this team can go. I mean, everything in this game was pretty much handled perfectly. Like the Current basically just controlled the entire match, handled the team with ease, and pretty much scored when they wanted to score. I felt like the game was pretty much a giant game of keep away and try to avoid the yellow card. And I mean, they played hard and they went back and forth, but it's like the Dash didn't even give them any competition, basically, is how I felt the match went. And 2-0, Bia gets another shutout. Like, Bia, I feel like, knock on wood, is the answer for them right now at goalie because she's just been doing super great. And I don't know, it's crazy.
Yeah, they've been
What?
phenomenal. I was jealous of you going to be at that match. I wish I could have gone. They they're a very talented team, and they're well disciplined about how they
Yeah,
keep the shape, and they stick to the basics and they follow the details and they keep the ball, they pass the ball, they keep the ball, they pass the ball. They move the ball all over the pitch. It seems like everybody can rotate with everybody. There's underlaps, there's overlaps, so many finishers on the
Yeah.
team, and talking about becoming, what is it? So third leader in penalties scored.
Say that again.
So she become tied for third in pins or second.
Yeah, she is third. Yep.
Yeah. People think that's easy, taking a shot from 12 yards out.
Nope.
I mean, so it is easy in a sense that, you're 12 yards out, it's a 24 by 8 foot goal.
Yeah.
But the more pins you take, the more difficult it becomes because
Sure.
a weaker player gets stuck in their head and loses the mental game of a penalty. So much of taking a pen is about mentality. And on the guys' side, you get keepers like Emi Martinez from Argentina that do
Yeah.
all sorts of antics to try to mess with you and whatnot. And it's really a mental battle. And players who can keep their cool and stay calm and collected just do the job. They get the job done over and over again. So hats off to her. It's awesome.
Yeah. And I mean, just the names that she's with too, and how long
Yeah.
Rapinoe was in the league, and how long it took Rapinoe to get where she's at. I mean, Labonta's not, and I don't mean this offensively if you hear this podcast, Labonta, but she's not the youngest, but she's still just able to get things done, and it's awesome to watch. And I feel like she's hitting the prime of her career the older she gets, and I feel like, is just getting better and better each match. So it's crazy.
As players get older, I was talking to a player of mine the other day after training, and the older players get, you'll see that Pep Guardiola, I don't know if I've even already mentioned this on a past podcast, says that the most important tool and skill set any player has is in between their ears. It's not their speed, it's not their physicality, it's not their God-given talent. It's how smart they are on the pitch.
Yeah.
And as players get older, you'll see them do less meaningless running and they just play the game smarter. And I think you can see that right now in her decision making that
Yeah.
she's seeing things before other players see them. She's reading the game well, and yeah, just a class act.
She's definitely a captain for sure, because she's just phenomenal with the players too. And the nicknames that she gives them, because I mean, she'll poke at her own age here and there too, and it's really funny because now she's got a couple of them she just calls Munchkin or Young Buck and stuff like that, and it's like, all right, cool. But all right, well, man, we're already to the end, and we'll go into the local sports update brought to you by Ghetto Tacos. Get 10% off your burritos all day long. They do close at 8 p.m. They're located at 536 North East Street, Webb City, Missouri. Drive-through available. Just call 417-717-1261. And hope you got in there and got a shirt. They still got them on sale. And, well, Missouri Southern softball returns home. Take on Pitt State in the rivalry this weekend. 2-game set. Starts Saturday in a doubleheader. And then weather pending, by the way, for sure on that one. And then Missouri Southern baseball, they take on Rogers State, and they'll host them today at 6 p.m., weather pending as well. Saturday, 1 p.m., weather pending as well. And then Sunday at 1 p.m., I believe that one is our only rain afternoon free. Knock on wood again for you guys too, Sam. Rain free afternoon. I think everything's supposed to be set in the morning there, so hopefully so. But get on out to Joe Becker, watch some baseball there tonight, or Warren Turner Field the rest of the weekend, or Pat Lapira Sports Complex. Good complexes up there. Fun stuff to watch over the last few years. Definitely don't want to miss it. And then obviously we've got Comets FC in action, and that's at Sunday, 3 o'clock tip, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, awesome. And well, go ahead and head into the 2-minute warning brought to you by Trackside Burgers. They're open at 1515 West 10th Street. Go get some weekend barbecue this weekend. Also, kids eat free on Mondays, so take advantage of that this summer as the summer months are kicking in. I mean, summer and barbecue, right? Duh. And well, kids eat free on Monday though, as long as the parent buys an adult meal. And be sure to get over there and get that. You won't regret it. Chef Mike, all the time. All the time. All right. Joplin baseball, they'll head to Pittsburgh, Kansas tomorrow to play, weather pending as well, with a 1 p.m. first pitch. Webb City on the road tomorrow, weather pending as well. Carthage will host Mack County today and Branson tomorrow as well. And then CJ will play at home tomorrow, weather pending also. And then footy news, Joplin girls soccer, they'll host Monette tomorrow at 5 p.m.
Man,
Carthage,
Dez has got those Joplin Eagles. The girls they're cooking this year. He's doing a
yeah,
good job over there.
it's fun to watch. I'm hoping to catch this one for sure.
Yeah.
And then Carthage girls, they'll head to Springfield Catholic. Webb City girls will continue hosting the Southwest Missouri Shootout, and CJ girls will also be in the shootout as well. And well, it's the end of another episode. Anything else to add? Anything you're doing this weekend other than soccer?
Man, I got a game in Springdale Saturday, and then UPSL on Sunday at 3. And tomorrow, doing something pretty cool. The director of USSF, United States Soccer Federation, coaching director, is going to be down in Springdale to do a coaching seminar from us Comets coaches. So I'm excited to get down there and take as many notes as I can and
I'll
soak
make sure to
everything up
put on
like a
my
sponge.
shirt and I'll come down and just say I'm
Yeah. You should come do an interview. It'll be good.
yeah. I mean, for real.
Yeah, it would be cool. I'm excited for it. It'll be a neat experience.
Awesome. Looking forward to soccer this weekend also, and staying dry, and then yeah, basically that's it. Staying safe and dry. I hate this time of year. We edged out that tornado in Carl Junction.
Oh
Like
yeah.
that was in my backyard, man. And then it ended up thankfully just pushing north. And again, continued thoughts and prayers out to those that have been affected and that continue to clean up after that and have lost things. But it's not going to be a fun next couple months, but it'll be over soon.
Yeah, these next few days with the rain and the weather being warm, it's I don't know.
No
Not
bueno.
no bueno.
All right, well, guys, take care, and we'll see you next week on the Sports Timeout. And
All
stay
right, see
safe
you.
this weekend for sure, and this upcoming week too. Take care.